As long as there's still a film industry in Nova Scotia, I don't have to grow up.
Great people.
Close-knit.
Young, emerging.
Forgiving of mistakes.
Good vibe to it.
Very small.
It's hard to sum up in 4 or 5 words.
It's the pace.
It really is exciting here.
This is where it's at, man.
It's like nowhere else in this country or North America.
You could live in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and yet I've been shooting all over the world.
France, south of France, Budapest,
Italy and Germany.
Winnipeg, Saskatchewan,
Alberta.
Cuba, Iceland, Callaway,
Israel,
Egypt, Honolulu, Hungary,
Thailand,
Australia.
and Dartmouth.
Dartmouth is fucking dirty.
And so after the movie, all these people start running around and they're like, I'm gonna fight you, I'm gonna fight you. People are chasing each other all around the theater and fighting. And you know, that's just Pentagon. That's every day you go there.
On the D side, man, you can get away with anything over there.
It all depends on if you're looking at the refinery or if you're looking at Burnside.
Budget.
What was the post budget?
But we did finance it ourselves just to get the project done.
$20,000 to $30,000.
Out of my own pockets.
I'm not paying my taxes this year. Instead, I'm going to buy a computer.
A whole bunch of pro bono.
Yeah, I don't know. There must be a bulletin board somewhere with my name that says Lawrence will work for free.
I think it's debatable that I am able to pay my bills from directing.
There's no time, there's no money, there's no space.
And you want a dolly and you want a bunch of grip and lighting stuff. That stuff is expensive.
The thing about what I tell people I do is I spend other people's money.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. How do you convince people to give you money?
You don't need money to make a movie.
knock knock.
Who's there?
100 children under 5.
All right, kids, get over there. You're gonna be, you're the guy with the gun.
The bad guys were Russians in those days.
You're the kung fu expert.
I don't like Canada, I can't bring my weapons.
Who want a shotgun?
I've watched a ton of horror movies and I've never seen a corpse bleeding on the floor and thought, my God, I think they really went out and slaughtered someone.
I hate telling stories about what happened on set.
People are gonna know. I've gotten yelled at by lots of producers.
No, take that back.
You can't print this stuff, man.
I think that would be getting personal.
Oh, you're nailing me down for a little political commentary, you little prick.
This is gonna get me into trouble.
That's a loaded question and I refuse to answer it.
How come you won't look me in the eye?
I do not like to work with Kevin Fraser.
God, these lights suck.
The longest day I've ever worked, oh wow, that would be
15, 16 hours a day.
20-hour day.
22 hours?
23 hours.
72 hours.
I think I've worked a day that didn't end.
There's a good reason why there's unions.
Embrace the curse, that was what was our motto.
I hit Michael McManus in the face with the boom once.
It was like somebody took a little pincushion full of needles and went like this on your skin.
I smashed my head against a rafter. Every day I fire people.
There'd be a lot of yelling, that's for sure. The rain and the snow.
Thick icicles on your eyelashes, so thick you couldn't see. Ambient temperature around -60, so that was plus wind chill.
I think we lost some gear in that wind.
It was horrific.
If you think about it, it seems very fair.
Yeah. We just traveled several hours on a snowmobile to get to this spot.
And all of a sudden the camera goes.
Pretty much.
The cold made it so that I couldn't get a good shot. That upset me a little bit, yeah.
And you couldn't even scrape the ice off the eyepiece. It was that thick. I was aiming at the murky shadows in my eyepiece using my light meter to gauge exposure and guessing. And it actually turned out quite beautiful.
And then you get the final product and it just makes you want to cry when you see it every single time you see it.
And like the final shot and the call wrap, that's fantastic. Or seeing it and listening to the audience react the way that you want it to react when they're supposed to react. A good film comes from something that's well shot and well told. Much as I try to do sensible things, I always end up making films.
Just enjoy yourself. The thing is, really, it's only a movie.
I love film and wouldn't want to work anywhere else.
No 2 days are ever the same in a row.
A lot of filmmakers will probably say the same thing. It's not so much that they chose film, but I think film chose them.
People will actually show you and train you and I kind of fell in love with that and just didn't really look back after that, so.
My hope and dream is that I get to continue living in Nova Scotia and get to make the films that I want to make.
It's all about the audience.
That's the truth.
Don't boo people's movies, they put a lot of time in them.
You have to look at it in terms of an investment of years and years.
You can't just have a crush on it, you gotta be in love with it.
Be honest, and if you fuck up, take responsibility, apologize for it, and fix the problem and move on.
I don't know, anything you do in the film industry has to come from your heart.
It's kind of like a big dysfunctional family, basically.
Sometimes the gods just connect, and time, place, people all sort of get together and you can make a great film, and it might be your first one. And then sometimes it might take 5 more times and it doesn't line up for you, so, you know.
Never give up. Bye-bye.
There's not a day goes by that I don't wake up in the morning and thank Jeebus, Buddha, Allah, whoever's out there, that I'm a member of the finest film community in North America.
Do you really feel that way?
Oh, do I?